Hi everybody, thanks for joining me in Melinda's Rubber Room. I am Melinda Pierce and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you how to make this card. This is a easy card that involves some designer series paper or double-sided paper that has this crisscross feature in the front. You can also make this as a pocket. I have glued down all the sides, so you can't use it as a pocket on this card. But if you want to have a pocket, just do not glue down this center section, and then you can slide something in the front. Okay, so let me point you down onto my work surface and I'll show you what we're up to. Okay, so I'm going to start by going through all of the measurements. So hopefully you can cut all your cardstock and make the card along with me. So the base of the card is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And this is your standard card base. And then we have another piece of cardstock. This is the mat, and that's going to measure 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And you have a designer series paper or a double-sided paper that measures 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Now you'll notice that my mat has already been embossed. I put it through my cut and emboss machine with the new painted texture embossing folder. I believe that's what it's called. And it creates this fun texture on the front of your card. That embossing folder is in the new mini catalog, and it's available from January to June, I believe. And then we have the designer series paper that measures 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. This is from the Flowers for Every Season 6x6 paper. This is a great pack of 6x6 paper, lots of gorgeous flowers in there. I've used this pack a ton and I still have so much paper left. This one is one of my favorites. So anyway, those are the products that I used so far. And then you'll also need a piece of ribbon that measures 9 inches. And a piece of white cardstock that measures 5 1/4 by 4 inches. That is for the inside of your card. Okay, so feel free to stop the video at this point, get all your supplies together, and then come back and join me when you have everything together. So this card goes together pretty quickly. What we're going to do is take our designer series paper, put it into our cutter from the top left-hand corner down to the bottom right-hand corner. And I'm just lining that up into the cutting channel of my my cutter. All right. So there are my 2 triangles. And then what we're going to do is take this triangle, turn it upside down, and it's going to sit in the corner just like so. Okay, so at this point you can go ahead and adhere that down. So like I said, you can either make this a pocket card where this center piece is open, or you can just glue down all the sides. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue down all the sides because I don't have anything to put in the pocket anyway. And this is cut so that you can leave a little bit of a edge around your card on the top and on the sides. So that is glued down into place. And here's the other piece, like so. Okay, now it's at this point that you're going to want to add your ribbon. My ribbon always seems to disappear on my table, but I found it. So this is the Just Jade ribbon from Stampin' Up! It matches the Just Jade cardstock that I'm using. And the double-sided paper or designer series paper also has that same color in it, so it all matches together. It's one of the things that I love about Stampin' Up! It just makes it so easy to make coordinated cards, and you don't have to worry about colors matching. So all I'm doing is I'm taping my ribbon to the back of my card. This uses less ribbon than if you were to go all the way around the card. Just want to make sure that it's straight on the front. I'm going to make a little bow. I find my bows turn out better if I just do them separately instead of trying to wrap the ribbon all the way around the card and then make a bow. I'm just going to cut those tails off a little. Play around with the loops. Don't want it to be too big. I think that'll work. I'm going to take a mini glue dot, and what you want to do is unroll this until you see the little shiny dot on there. Take your ribbon to the dot, press it down, and the little dot should come up right with it. Hope that was on the camera for you. So again, what I did was I peeled this back until you can find the little shiny dot. Stick the ribbon right on top, and that'll pick up the glue dot. Okay, so there's my ribbon, and I can go ahead and attach this to my base of my card. And again, this is going to allow a bit of a margin all the way around. And then I can go ahead and stick, this is going to be a thank you card, so I'm just going to stick the white piece in the inside. If I was going to stamp something on this, then I would stamp it first and then adhere it. That way it gives you the option of turning the paper around if you don't like how it's stamped, or get a new piece of paper without committing to adhering it to the inside of your card. Okay, so there's that. So now all I have to do is decorate, and I'm going to stamp the dragonfly from Dragonfly Garden. This is in the new mini catalog as well. So this comes as a bundle, and it allows you to purchase the punch along with the stamp set at a 10% discount if you buy it as a bundle. And this large dragonfly will cut out both of those dragonflies. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp my butterfly in Just Jade. This is a brand new stamp pad, so it's a little harder to open. There's my stamped image. And then I'm going to use my Wink of Stella. This is a clear ink with just a little bit of glitter in it. And what it allows you to do is use your inked image to drag some of that color into your the white spaces of your stamped image. So because the ink that I used is a water-based ink, it's allowing me to move that color around. And what's nice about this is it adds a little bit of glitter at the same time of giving you a really light wash of color onto your stamped image. I don't know if you can see the glitter on there, but it's there. Okay, so now I'm going to use my punch. These punches lock on the bottom, so you want to make sure it's unlocked. And you're going to feed your stamped image into your punch. Had a little too much paper on there. It wasn't feeding all the way in. So what I'm doing is I'm lining the stamp up with the back side of my punch to make sure I'm punching out my image exactly where I want it. That looks about right. So you almost always want to stamp your image first and then punch it out, so you can make sure that you're punching it out just right. Okay, so now I'm going to use my dimensionals to raise my butterfly up. Whenever you can, try to add a little bit of height to your card. It'll give it so much more professional look if it has a little bit of dimension to it. So I'm just going to stick that there, and then all I need is my greeting. I'm just going to take a little tab of paper here and my little thank you stamp. I'm going to stamp that with the Just Jade again. This is a photopolymer stamp, so I can see exactly where I'm stamping, which makes it easy when you're trying to line things up. Then I'm going to use my triple banner punch. What this does, it has 3 different sizes for each of these designs. So you just feed your paper into these channels. You cut it down to the width that you want, and that allows you to create different mats for your banners. This time I'm not going to create a layer. I'm just going to have it by itself. So again, I'm looking at the back to make sure it's punching directly into the center of that banner. And you want to save that little offcut, because I'm going to use that to figure out exactly where I should cut my my strip, so that I have the same distance on my banner on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to feed this back into the punch. And I'm going to use I think it's called the 5-in-1 tool. It has a little sticky edge here, which is going to allow me to move that banner exactly where I want it on my punch, so it's nice and centered. It also has different tips here. You have little pokey tip here to help you take adhesives off, or little embellishments, and then this unscrews, and it has some other tips that you can apply to it as well. Okay, so for right now, I'm just going to make sure that this banner is straight and centered. And there we go. And then again, I'm going to raise this up on dimensionals. If you would like to purchase any of the products that I'm showing, or look at a Stampin' Up! Website, feel free to join me at Melinda's Rubber Room on Facebook, and there's a link there to look at my store. You can also go directly to the store at melindapierce.stampinup.net, and that'll take you directly to my store. Okay, so there is the finished card. And again, the inside is just blank right now. But if you have some designer series paper left over, you can decorate the inside. Let me see, I have some here. So here is the rest of my paper that I had used. So I'm going to put that right down on the bottom. I'm going to cut a little bit smaller This is a really easy way to tie the front of your card to the inside of your card. I'm just going to put this right down on the bottom. Like so. All right, so there is the finished card. Let me show you some of the other ones that I did. This one also uses that same Designer Series paper pack. This is another one from that same pack. This one is a different pack. This one is in our mini catalog. This one here, along with this one. This is, I believe this is the paper. Both of these are from the Dragonfly Suite Designer Series paper, as well as this one. So this one I actually, this is actually purple and white when you get it. And I took one of our new blender brushes, which are awesome. And I just blended that right on top to create that green image instead of the white. I thought the white was a little too bright. All right, so that is my card for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Feel free to join me over at Melinda's Rubber Room on Facebook to find out all the latest happenings in my rubber room. I have Zoom classes going on all week long, pretty much. You're welcome to join me at any of those. All the dates and times are pinned to the top of my Facebook page. So check that out, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.